Yo, what's good NFL fans? Welcome back to Touchdown Kingdom, the hub of all the latest NFL news and content. In today's video, we're going to give you guys our Week 6 power rankings across the NFL, going from number 1 all the way to 32. If you guys enjoyed this video, please make sure you smash that thumbs up button, and if you guys want to subscribe to Touchdown Kingdom, make sure you do so as well, as we have so much NFL content coming your way. This is the second time we're doing power rankings on this channel, so if you guys want to see more like this, comment down below your thoughts, and if you want to see more. With that being said, let's get right into the power rankings. Starting off at number 32, we have the Jacksonville Jaguars. The Jaguars, they're still winless after 5 games, and their coaching situation is a mess. Sitting at 0-5, it's a no-brainer that the Jaguars are number 32. Number 31, the Detroit Lions. Although the Lions have fought hard almost every single game they played this year, they still cannot find a way to come out with the win and remain 0-5 on the season. Number 30, the New York Jets. The Jets have a rookie quarterback, a rookie head coach, and a rookie offensive coordinator, and unfortunately, for them, it shows. Their offense is probably the most inconsistent in football, and the results have been extremely underwhelming so far in 2021. 29, Houston Texans. The Texans have struggled to say the least this year. Although rookie quarterback Davis Mills actually had a great game this past week, the Texans seem lost as a franchise right now and are unsure of the direction that they're heading in. Number 28, Miami Dolphins. The Dolphins had an extremely shaky start to their season. Their lack of firepower on offense has really held them back so far as a team this year, and their horrible defensive play against the Bucs this past week, they're hopeful that when Tua comes back, things will change. Number 27, the New York Giants. Like the Lions, the Giants have fought hard in almost every single game they played this year, but their record does not show it. Now add in all the injuries that they're facing, it's not looking too good for the New York Giants this season. Number 26, the Atlanta Falcons. The Falcons are 2-3, but they've only beaten the Giants and the Jets, not exactly powerhouse organizations. Nonetheless, Atlanta is definitely improved from where they were to start the season, but a rough remaining schedule might prove difficult for Atlanta. Number 25, the Washington Football Team. Washington is 2-3, and we're still waiting for their defense to turn around this year. The D led by Chase Young was supposed to be one of the league's best this season, but now after 5 games, it's one of the worst. This is a trend that needs to flip as soon as possible for Washington if they expect to make a run in the NFC East with the Dallas Cowboys being legit. Number 24, the Indianapolis Colts. The Colts absolutely needed to win this past week against the Ravens, but they couldn't get the job done. Not only did they lose, but they gave up a 25-9 fourth quarter lead. Carson Wentz and Jonathan Taylor really looked good for the Colts offense, but they fell short in this one. This is going to be a difficult season for the Indianapolis Colts. Number 23, the Chicago Bears. The Bears somehow have a winning record after 5 games of lackluster play. The quarterback saga seems to have finally come to an end, and rookie quarterback Justin Fields is officially the starter in Chicago. This was a good decision, as they now can look to really establish an identity for Fields at the quarterback spot. They'll have to fight hard, but the Bears could manage to squeak out a productive season. Number 22, the New England Patriots. The Pats are 2-3 and have had their ups and downs to start the year. Rookie Mac Jones looks like a decent game manager, and the Pats defense has definitely played pretty well so far in the heels of Matt Judon. They're an interesting team this year, but the AFC East fully belongs to the Buffalo Bills. Number 21, the Seattle Seahawks. Seahawks are 2-3, not a good way to start when you're a division that includes the 4-1 Rams and the 5-0 Cardinals. This will be a tough year for the Seahawks. Their defense is not what it once was, and they're actually on one of the worst defensive units in the league. And now add an injury to Russell Wilson, it's going to be a pretty interesting season for the Seattle Seahawks this season. Number 20, the Philadelphia Eagles. The Eagles are another 2-3 team that's struggling to find their identity. Jalen Hurts has been playing decent at the quarterback position, and they're still looking to find consistent spark on offense. It occasionally comes from rookie wideout Devontae Smith, but the consistency isn't there on either side of the ball for Philly this year, but they did come off a very impressive victory over the Carolina Panthers. Number 19, the Denver Broncos. After a 3-0 start, the Broncos have fallen 3-2 and have struggled over the past 2 games. Teddy Bridgewater hasn't been playing as well as he did to start the year, and the Broncos' current record reflects it. Number 18, the Las Vegas Raiders. The Raiders are 3-2, but after what happened this past week with former head coach John Gruden, it's not looking promising for the rest of the Raiders season. This is definitely a tough time for Raiders fans. Number 17, the San Francisco 49ers. The 49ers are another team that's struggling with an identity crisis. Now, with both quarterbacks banged up, what are they going to do moving forward? This is definitely a development year for Trey Lance and company, and the fact that they're competing in the same division as the Rams and Cardinals means that they probably won't see San Francisco in the postseason this year. Number 16, the Pittsburgh Steelers. The Steelers' offense finally showed signs of life in the Week 5 victory over the Broncos. Rookie running back Najee Harris performed well, and Big Ben Roethlisberger played much better than he did in prior games this year. A season-ending injury to wideout Juju Smith-Schuster was the main narrative of this past week. Will the Steelers be able to get this thing back on track? Number 15, the Minnesota Vikings. The Vikings are 2-3. The lack of consistency on either side of the ball has been their main problem so far this year. Kirk Cousins has been serviceable, but not fantastic. They have exciting weapons on offense in Justin Jefferson and Adam Thielen, but they always find themselves in close games that they often lose. Also, star running back Dalvin Cook has not been able to stay healthy so far this year. Number 14, the Carolina Panthers. The Panthers have dropped 2 straight after a hot start this season. Christian McCaffrey being sidelined with a hamstring injury certainly has not helped, but Sam Darnold has definitely regressed over the past 2 weeks as well. They're a tough team to nail down right now, but things might flip back in their favor right when CMC returns. Number 13, the Cincinnati Bengals. The Bengals have looked really good to start the year, but they're coming off a heartbreaking overtime loss to the Packers where neither kicker could manage to do their job and make a field goal until Mason Crosby finally won the game for Green Bay. The connection between Joe Burrow and Jamar Chase has been electric this year, and the Bengals are a serious threat in the AFC North all of a sudden. Number 12, the New Orleans Saints. The Saints are 3-2 and have honestly looked better so far this year than most fans expected. The problem is consistency. You never know which Saints team you're going to get that week. That leaves a pretty big question mark on top of their heads. Number 11, the Tennessee Titans. The Titans are 3-2 and lack consistency on the defensive side of the ball, but this doesn't change the fact that they have the best running back in all of football. Derrick Henry, he's an absolute monster and will single-handedly lead the Titans to another playoff appearance this year. He is the lifeblood of this organization and the reason why they have 3 wins on the year, especially with injuries to AJ Brown and Julio Jones. Number 10, the Kansas City Chiefs. It's week number 6 and the Chiefs are power ranked 10th, yup, and that could even be a little generous. The Chiefs are 2-3 and have already lost 2 games at home this year. This is definitely Patrick Mahomes' sketchiest start to the season ever since he became quarterback 1 in Kansas City. They have to turn things around as soon as possible, but they pretty much need to be flawless the rest of the year. Not the start that the Kansas City Chiefs fans expected at all. Number 9, the Cleveland Browns. The Browns are finally a good football team. Their 2 losses on the season came to the Chiefs and most recently this past week to the Chargers. While the Browns defense is typically dominant, they allowed 47 points to be scored by Justin Herbert and company this Sunday. The bright spot, the Browns scored 42 points of their own in a big game for Baker Mayfield. They're a fun team to watch, and the AFC North is competitive than ever. Number 8, the LA Rams. This is where the list gets difficult. There are 7 teams that are sitting at 4-1, and the Rams are one of them. Robert Woods had a monster game this week, hauling 150 total yards. The sky's the limit for this Rams team, and a pretty light schedule over the next 4 weeks could have them even in a better spot down the road. Number 7, the Baltimore Ravens. The Ravens, another 4-1 team, are coming off a super impressive come-from-behind victory on Monday Night Football. Lamar Jackson is incredible, and he flipped the narrative that he's just a running back playing quarterback. He can throw, he can run, he can do it all. And he is definitely not a man I want to see in the postseason this year. This could be the year that the Ravens finally go on a run that they've been looking for. Number 6, the Green Bay Packers. The Packers have played great football since their awful Week 1 defeat against the Saints. Aaron Rodgers looks like to be back in MVP form. Devontae Adams is a problem for any defensive that they encounter. Another bright spot for the Packers is the rest of their division is weak. The Vikings, Bears, and Lions have all struggled this year, and if the Packers keep doing what they're doing, they're going to book themselves one-way ticket to the postseason. Number 5, the Dallas Cowboys. The Cowboys are the real deal. They've dominated the last 3 home games, and they look good on both sides of the ball. Similarly to the Packers, the rest of Dallas' division is weak, and the Cowboys should walk into the playoffs, with Dak Prescott to thank. He looks like one of the best quarterbacks in football this year, and Cowboys fans must be ecstatic. It takes a serious baller to come back from such a serious injury and play as well as Dak has so far this year. The Cowboys have their quarterback, and they're rolling through the season after a 4-1 start. Number 4, the LA Chargers. The Chargers have really flipped the script in LA. While both teams are 4-1, the Chargers have been more dominant. Justin Herbert has been playing great for the past few weeks, and they just put up a total of 47 points on a great Cleveland Browns defense. The Chargers are the real deal, and they're in first place in the AFC West. Give credit where it's due. First-year head coach Brandon Staley has been phenomenal to start the year, and the LA Chargers are on their way to having a great season. Number 3, the Tampa Bay Buccaneers. Tom Brady and the defending Super Bowl champions are off to a hot start. After just narrowly beating his former team, Tom Brady came back this week to throw for over 400 yards and 5 touchdowns. At age 44, it's truly insane. That's the first time he's ever done that in his career. Backed by a great defense and a phenomenal receiving core, it's not far-fetched to think at all that Brady could be going for his 8th ring this year. An epic start to the season for the GOAT. Number 2, the Arizona Cardinals. The Cardinals are the only undefeated team in the NFL. Kyler Murray has played outstanding, and even this past week in a game where the Cardinals struggled on offense, they managed to come out on top. They have a great defense and the most dynamic offense attack in football. Kyler Murray can beat you with his arm or his legs, and his options at wide receiver are endless. DeAndre Hopkins, Christian Kirk, and AJ Green, and rookie Rondale Moore. This could be the year for Kyler Murray and the Cardinals. And coming in at number 1, we have the Buffalo Bills. The Bills are currently the best team in football. I know what you're thinking. How could the Bills be ranked higher than the Cardinals if the Bills are 4-1? The reality is that the Bills have been the most dominant team in the league so far this year. The defense has already pitched 2 shutouts in the same game where the offense put up 35 and 40 points. Respectively, Josh Allen is confirmed stud in year number 4, and the Bills have certainly secured their franchise quarterback. Their defense has stepped up big time this year. After beating the Kansas City Chiefs, I truly think the Bills are the team to beat in the AFC. They'll have absolutely no problem winning the AFC East, and they're most likely to get a first-round bye in the playoffs as well if this trend continues. That does it for Touchdown Kingdom's Week 6 NFL Power Rankings. Please feel free to leave a comment down below on some of your rankings, and we would love to hear what you guys have to say down below. And also, like the video if you guys enjoyed, and subscribe if you're not already. I appreciate all the support here in Touchdown Kingdom, and we'll catch you guys next time. Peace.